I try to think logically, and the result of that is most people think I'm a satirist. But consider the difference between Federal Reserve notes and counterfeit money. I have been meditating on that ever since I read Ezra Pound's cantos at the age of 18, as many cantos as they were then. He wrote more later. But studying Pound's cantos got me very much involved in this question of why do Federal Reserve notes pass as money? Well, as far as I've read all sorts of explanations. I've followed this argument through the pages of economics journals, books, and so on. I never found a reasonable explanation except the one I made up myself. If you or I or the mafia print a whole bunch of money in our basement, no matter how good it looks, it's not real money. You know why? Because we don't have a magic wand. When the Federal Reserve prints money, prints paper, they wave a magic wand over it and it becomes money. If you don't have the magic wand, it's a counterfeit. And I have yet to see any book on economics that gives an explanation that makes as much sense as that one. Just like I've never found a book on theology explaining why women can't be Catholic priests that makes as much sense as the one I thought up myself. Maybe I should get the new title, Defender of Part of the Faith. If you can believe that the willy is really central to holiness and that the Federal Reserve really has a magic wand and every other money is not real money, then the world begins to make sense. If you can't believe either of those doctrines, it looks like a large part of the world is run by raving lunatics or outright charlatans. And it's hard to... I forget what the national debt is right now. It doubled, it tripled during the Reagan years, and it's been increasing even faster ever since. Not million, 5.6 trillion. And you know, when they started raising it dramatically under the reign of Roosevelt II, all the liberal intellectuals kept telling us, don't worry about it, we only owe the money to ourselves. I was raised on that line of bullshit. We only owe the money to ourselves. That's not true. We owe the national debt to the Federal Reserve, which is a private bank, of whom the owners are unknown according to the law establishing the Federal Reserve. You can't find out who owns the Federal Reserve because under the law that's never to be revealed. The president may know, but even the president doesn't know. Actually, he only knows half of them. The president appoints half of them, and they appoint the other half. We don't have any idea, and that's only the board of directors. We don't have any idea who owns the stock in the Federal Reserve. We owe $5.6 trillion to these bastards, and we don't even know who they are. But don't worry, they have a magic wand, and their money is real money, and we got to pay the interest. If anybody else printed all that money, it would be if a bunch of anarchists got together and printed currency and distributed it without interest, that would be counterfeiting. The Federal Reserve is perfectly legal and can collect interest on the paper they print because they have a magic wand which turns paper into money.